Welcome students, welcome to Physics World with Sudhakar. Now today I am going to see how to quickly revise the physics exam, for physics exam which is going to be held on February 14th next month. Hardly around 20 days are left out. Many of you might have finished almost your preparation almost. But in the last 20 days, right, which are the topics you have to concentrate on? How to attempt the examination paper. And how should you approach the subject? These things we will be seeing briefly. So it is IIT-JAM 2021 Physics Quick Revision. Techniques. Now if you look at the paper, there are three sections: Section A, Section B, and Section C. In Section A, we have 30 MCQs, multiple choice questions, where only one of the four options is correct. And out of 30, 10 are 1 mark questions and 20 are 2 marks questions. That is 10 into 1 and 2 into 40. That is totally, this Section A itself is containing around 50 marks. Section A itself has 50 marks out of 100 marks. The JAM paper is for 100 marks and there will be total of 60 questions, and the exam paper duration is 3 hours. So Section A itself is having 50 marks. In Section B, 10 MSQs are there, multiple select questions. Means here more than one option will be right. There can be one option right, or 2 or 3 or all 4 options also may be correct. They are called multiple select questions. They are 10 in number. Each question is 20 marks, so total is 20 marks for Section B. And Section C is numerical answer type. There will be total of 20 questions. Out of 20, 10 are 1 mark questions, 10 are 20 marks questions. So here 10 and 20, 30 plus 20 here, that is Section B and Section C put together will have 50 marks. Section A itself will have 50 marks. And only in Section A there is negative marking. You should be extremely careful about this negative marking aspect. Most of the students will do blunders here only. They are not simple mistakes in my view. They are blunders. Negative marking question, you should be extremely careful. It should be extremely careful. It's like a hand bomb. It may explode anytime. Now we'll see how to attempt questions with negative mark. 1/3 negative marking will be there. If it is 1 mark question, 1/3 will be the negative marking. -1/3. If it's a 2 marks question, it will be -2/3 for the wrong answer. If you don't attempt any question, no problem. Don't attempt the question, right? There is no negative marking. Right now. So total of 60 questions and 100 marks. The duration is for 3 hours, means roughly for each question you will have around 60 questions and 180 minutes, means for each question you have 3 minutes time. And of course, out of 60 questions, right, nearly 20 questions don't take more than 1 minute. So for remaining 40 questions you have around 140 minutes or 130 minutes, means you will get around 4 minutes for each question, 5 minutes also for some questions. Right, depends on the the question. Now here in the Section A, which is having negative marking, you should be extremely careful. Unless you know the answer, don't attempt. Unless you know the answer correctly, you don't attempt that question at all. Of course, we can take a slight calculated risk, that I'll come to it slightly later. Right? You can take a calculated risk even when there is negative marking. That we'll see how and when you should take. Not more than 5 to 10% of the entire paper. Right now, what are the topics involved here? What are the topics in the physics paper means? It's around, let us see with this marks. First, instead of going to topics, we'll see, right, what is the scoring pattern on all India level. Marks versus ranks, we'll see next one. Marks versus ranks. Right now, usually I'm seeing for the past, of course, I'm going through the past 16 years, right from 2004 when JAM was initiated. In the very first year, our students got around 18 ranks out of 220 seats. That's almost 10% of the entire All India seats were scored by Spark Institute of Physics students. right? The scoring pattern usually will be around like this. Earlier JAM was having descriptive paper also. Okay, the paper was for 300 marks. Some descriptive questions were there and some objective questions were also there. The paper was JAM paper was around 300 marks. Okay, so I'm talking about percentage wise. I'm talking about percentage wise here. Right now, any student who scores around 75 marks will be in the top 25. All India rank will be around 25. Below 25 only, around 75. See, toppers usually will be having around marks from 75 to 85. Exceptions may be there. Right? I heard that this year in 2020, last year, a student got more than 90. That's a record actually. Okay, that's a record. Scoring more than 90 in JAM physics paper is very rare. Okay, so take out that 1 or 2% of rare cases. Forget about that. Usually, okay, any student who scores around 75 marks, plus or minus 2-3 marks will be there depending on the depth of the paper. Okay, a student who scores 75 out of 100 will be in the top 25. Okay, right? And here the gap between the first ranker, second ranker, third ranker will be maybe varying between 1 or 2 or 3 marks also. Sometimes the topper may get around 85, the second ranker may get around 80, the third ranker may get 78, the fourth ranker may get 76, like that. Okay, as we are going down, the difference between marks keeps on increasing, right? Even 1 mark will affect your rank by even 30 to 50 ranks also sometimes. Okay, right? But at the topmost level, the variation between first ranker, second ranker, third ranker, the top 10 rankers will be around 10 marks mostly. Okay, 10% variation will be there. Okay, right? So any student who usually scores around 75 marks, right, will be in the top 25 of all India rank. A student who scores around 60 or more marks, okay, will be below 100. That's for sure. Any year, remember. Okay, if you score 60 and above, your rank will be below 100th rank, plus or minus 5-10 ranks here and there. Sir, I got 61 marks, I got 110th rank. No, okay, yeah. Right? It is. I'm just talking about the trend. Okay, around 60%, not only in IIT-JAM Physics, remember, in any all India level competitive exam, if you, like, including civil services, including IAS exam, if you score above 60, you will be in top 100. You will be in top 100. 60% you will be in top 100. Okay, next around 55% marks, you will be getting around 200th rank, below 55. Okay, above 55, that is. Greater than 55, between 55 and 60, mostly your rank will be around 200. Even if you score around 50% of the paper also, you will be in top 300. Okay, why I am specifying up to top 300 means, if you get a rank around 300, okay, your chances of getting into the best IITs, there are about 21 IITs which are offering MSc Physics course, I think. Okay, right? The top 10 IITs, getting into top 10 IITs will become easy for you. Of course, IISc, it's not only your JAM rank which matters, it is even your interview performance also. In IIT Hyderabad also, they have conducted interview before last year. Though there were 25 seats, they have taken only 12 or 13 students. Okay, they did not select remaining students. Even though they got JAM ranks around 200, 250 also, they were not qualified in the interview. Okay, they have taken only 12 students out of 25. Okay, so it depends on your interview performance also. That's a secondary thing. But as far as the exam pattern is concerned, you score around 50 marks, so you will be in the top 300. The chances of getting into a good IIT, top 10 IITs is very bright. Okay, right? That should be sufficient actually. Okay, because which IIT you do does not matter much. Okay, after joining the IIT, how you study the remaining thing, that's also equally important. Okay, right? So around 50 marks, it will be top 100, the top 300. Okay, it will be easy for you to join the top 10 IITs. Okay, and next one, around 45 marks also, your rank will be around 500. Okay, this is good enough to join IITs and to join even the best NITs, ICERs, etc. Okay. And what about cutoff marks? Cutoff marks, of course, cutoff mark will not be of much help. Okay, simply you qualify, right? It does not matter much. You won't get any seat. There are many students who got 2000 rank, 1500 rank, who could not get into anything. Okay, right? So, cutoff mark is only just as to understand the depth of the paper. In 2017, cutoff mark was only 14.8 out of 100 for general students I'm talking about. Okay, in 2018, it increased it to 17. In 2019, okay, 24.8 or 24.9 was the cutoff mark. Okay, slightly it was higher because it depends on the cutoff mark, depends on the number of students who are attempting, the number of students who are scoring. Okay, and 2020 it's around 21.7. This year IISc Bangalore is conducting, so I don't expect the question paper to be mathematically rigorous. Okay, I don't expect the paper to have very mathematically rigorous questions. Okay, questions will be mostly conceptually trickish. Okay, conceptually, who has understood the concepts thoroughly and who understood the intricacies in that topic will be able to answer that. Okay, so this year also cutoff will be around, I expect between 20 and 22 only. Okay, around 22, 23 like that. Okay, right? So try to score. Don't get, even if you're not very confident about your preparation levels also, 100%, don't feel dejected. Okay, right? I'm getting some calls from various students from all over India that, sir, I'm not recollecting any formulae, I'm forgetting everything. When I see the paper, nothing is coming, though I have prepared. See, this type of dejection is common in almost all the students. That's what we have been seeing for the past 25 years. Okay, just before the exam, 1 week before the exam, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days before, 1 month before the exam, some students get dejected. That's quite common. Those who think too much about the exam, okay, those who are emotionally involved in the exam, okay, will come to that blackout state for some time. Okay, they feel highly dejected. We have seen some students in my institute that students will start crying, sir, I'm not recollecting any formulas, or if I look at that, I've read but I have forgotten everything. Okay, this thing is common, beta, right? That is very, very, very common phenomenon. Okay, don't get dejected by it or depressed by it. Once you sit in front of the exam terminal, you will recollect everything. I'm 100% confident of that, 100% sure. Okay, right? Don't think that you are not recollecting any formula. Now you sit like this, try to recollect some formula in electronics or EM theory or in mechanics, right? You may not recollect. Okay, or if somebody suddenly gives you a question paper, okay, you may not be able to understand. The right formula may not strike to you now, because when you take the exam emotionally seriously, okay, there will be a state of blackout. And you are very lucky to get that blackout before the exam only. It should not happen during the exam. Okay, right? Before the exam means you have come out of that phase. You have happily come out of that phase. Now you can happily approach the exam. Okay, and don't, the moment, most of the, why I keep on warning our students, request our students, don't try to attempt each and every question in the exam paper. In all India entrance level, in any highly seriously competitive exam, okay, it is impossible to attempt all questions or score 100 out of 100. Okay, let it be civil services, let it be IIM, let it be IIT-JEE, let it be IIT-JAM or CAT exam, any exam, it is impossible to get what you call 100%. So they are not like GRE, TOEFL, etc., where we sometimes hear the student got 720 out of 720. No, these exams are not like that. Okay, right? The scoring pattern should be between 60 and 70 to be in the top 100. To be in the top 100. Okay, who comes first, we don't know. Nobody prepares to come first in the exam. Those cases will be very rare and extraordinary. Leave out the 10% extraordinary cases. Okay. Let us be quite normal. Let us be with peace of mind. Let us be cool in our approach. Okay. Our aim is to perform well in the exam to the best of our extent. Okay. Whatever is my preparation, I will try to attempt the exam, give my best in the exam. What rank I will get, I don't know now itself. It depends. Okay. Right. So don't concentrate on the ranks. Okay. Concentrate on giving the best in the exam, giving your best in the exam, you should be able to give. Okay, right? And if you are in a hurry to get, no, I should get top 25, 75 marks I should score. I go through previous papers, I'm getting only 55, 60. It's not increasing. Don't get into tension, because during the exam, you won't even get that 55, 60 also if you take too much. If you are getting 55, 60 in the previous year's papers, be happy with that only. Let us see what happens in this exam. Let us see what happens in this exam. So don't try to read new topics or fresh topics like that. This is not 11th minute preparation. Okay, in the last minute, you should not read anything new. Okay, there are two types of approaches towards any exam. 1 year before the exam, or more than 1 year before the exam, it should be a wide, extensive study. Okay, means you have to go through the entire syllabus. You have to go through the entire syllabus. You should know what is what about the entire syllabus. You should have a broad general idea. You cannot say that, sir, I don't know nuclear physics at all. Okay, you should know you should have an idea of nuclear physics, what is binding energy, what is defect, mass defect, what are alpha, beta, gamma particles, what is radioactivity. So basic things you should be able to know. Okay, that's a minimum thing. When the exam is nearing, the preparation should be, right, selective intensive study. Means you choose some very important topics. Okay, you go through previous papers. Okay, which topics are having what weightage, on which topics you have more command. So concentrate on those topics only, such that let question come from any level. Okay, you should be able to attempt that. It should be a selective intensive study. Okay, initially it is a wide extensive study, means you should have an overall roundup of all topics in the syllabus. Okay, after that, just 2 months before the exam or 3 months before the exam, you will be narrowing down on some specific topics. We'll see what are those specific topics now. Okay, right? So don't get into tension that you are not scoring above 60, you are getting only 45, 50. You don't know or what will be your percentage, what will be your performance in this exam. So consolidate whatever marks you are getting now in the last 20 days. You should consolidate whatever you have. Okay, you should be able to eat, okay, whatever you have acquired on your plate. Okay, there may be 101 things in a buffet. Okay, whatever you have on your plate, you should be able to eat that and digest that and get energy from that. That should be your aim. You should not keep forgetting what is in your plate. If you start looking at those things here and there, you will not be able to do justice to this. So what all you are thorough with by this time, okay, be thorough with that. Okay, go through that again and again. Have an idea on other topics also, just an idea. Okay, if a question comes, a straightforward question comes or a numerical formula based problem comes, you should be able to attempt it. Okay, you cannot leave out any topic totally. Okay, next we will see what are the topics here and what are their weightages, relative weightages in the exam. Okay, so right, anything above 60, you are in top 100, that's excellent. Okay, there is no difference between 25th ranker and 50th ranker and 100th ranker. Remember, nobody bothers in the interview whether you got 50th rank or 150th rank. Okay, an IIT professor or IISc professor will not give any weightage to your rank in JAM exam, only for pre-selection to interview only that matters. Okay, how you perform in the interview is what is most important. Okay, right, we have seen students with around 200 rank getting into IISc. A student with 68th rank, right, got rejected by IISc. Okay, similarly, a student got 190 rank, got rejected from by IIT Hyderabad. A student with 246th or 47th rank got selection. So it depends on the interview. Okay, there is no difference between 10th ranker, 25th ranker, 40th ranker like that. It is only for the institutes actually. My student, my institute, our institute got first rank in all India, etc. Student has there is no difference between first ranker and second ranker. Remember, it is only sort of satisfaction, that's all. But materialistically, there is no difference. It makes no difference. Okay, right? After MSc also, nobody bothers whether you got first rank or second rank in IIT-JAM. Okay, in the resume, it looks good that you are a topper. But what important, yeah, that will open the doors for any interview, no doubt. But after that, it depends on your personality, the way you attend your interview. These things matter more than simply your rank. Okay, right? So try to score around 60 marks and above. Don't try to attempt 100 marks paper. Okay, right? And how do you approach the exam paper? How do you approach the exam paper means the moment even last year also, many good students with that tension, examination tension, right? When they see the paper, first question, they don't know. They have not heard about that question. उसके बारे में कुछ सुना ही नहीं, कुछ पता नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं मालूम. Okay, first question is gone. They click on the second question. Second question is also an unknown question. Some tension starts build up. Okay, third question, they feel as if they know half. So they'll be in a hurry. First of all, I have left 2 questions. At least third question I should be able to attempt. Okay, even they have only vague idea about that question. They start exploring that question and waste their time nearly 3 minutes, 4 minutes like that. Okay, right? Don't ever do that mistake. That's a blunder in the examination paper. Okay, first question you don't know, second question you don't know, leave it. Third question, fourth question, fifth question, seventh question, 10th question also you don't know, leave it. 15th question you know. Okay, out of 60 questions, there will be at least 10 to 12 questions. Okay, those questions will be like that. The moment you read the question, you will be able to put the answer. Okay, some theoretical questions will be there, some conceptual questions, some factual questions will be there. Okay, the moment you read the answer, the moment you read the question, you will be able to select the answer. Okay, such questions will be there definitely in any exam. Nearly 10 to 15% weightage, that is around in 60 questions, at least I'll show you in every paper, 10 to 12 questions will be there. The moment you look at that question, you can put the answer. Okay, like that, some questions will be there in electronics regarding gates, or in modern physics regarding Compton effect or photoelectric effect, regarding what you call crystal structures. Okay, right? Structure of crystal, packing fractions, void spaces, etc. Some factual information questions, or some theoretical questions, some conceptual questions. Okay, the moment you read the question, you will be able to find the answer. You will be able to put the answer. Okay, we don't even waste 1 minute also. Within 15 seconds, that question and answer process will be over. Such questions will be there, like the 10 to 12 questions will be there definitely. So go through the entire paper, right? Suppose say you know the 15th question, you know that formula also you know, but that for substituting in that formula, you have to solve the formula, you know that it takes nearly 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes time. Don't attempt that question. Okay, first 10 questions you do not know, say, let us say 11th question, you know that is a formula you have to use. You use that formula, you will get the answer, but that formula is a lengthy formula. You have to take nearly 2 to 3 minutes to solve that. Don't attempt even that question. Okay, keep on looking for the questions which you can put the moment you read the question. Like that 10 to 12 questions will be there. Again, I am repeating. So go through the entire paper. From first question to 60th question, keep going through. Okay, attempt all those questions which can be answered very easily by looking at that, which are known to you. Okay, at least you will find 10 questions out of 60. Okay, first attempt, go up to the 60th question. Okay, attempt all those 10 or 8 or 12 or whatever number of questions come, okay, which are known to you. Attempt those questions, okay, which you are thoroughly confident of. Up to 60. Then again from 60, keep going back. 59th question, 58th question, 57th question, like that. And while going from 1 to 50 only, you will get roughly an idea that how many questions you know thoroughly, whose formula you know, that by solving them you will get the answer. Okay, try to go back to those questions now. You have left 54th question, you know that some question has come that what you call nm by rho n to the power 1 by 3, lattice constant A equal to, he has given n value, m value, rho value, n value. Okay, substituting and simplifying, it takes nearly 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It's a lengthy problem. Okay, so don't attempt that in the first attempt. Okay, leave that, but it will be in your mind that there is a question which you can answer. Okay, go forward, go look at questions which you can answer immediately and thoroughly. Finish off that aspect such that what all questions you know definitely, you are ensuring that those marks are in your pocket. Next, again start going back. Go back. 57th question you have not heard of, you don't have any idea, leave it. 56th question, 55th question, say formula based question, thermodynamics. Say, oh, there is one diagram given, he's asking you to calculate something, so work done or heat given or heat rejected, something like that. Okay, solve that problem. It may take 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes time, whatever time it takes. Go through that. Like that. Again from 60, come back to first question. Like here the questions will be around, again 10 or 15 questions you will be know. For a student who has prepared sincerely, at least 15-20 questions will be known to him in this manner. He will be able to attempt that. Means he is revising the entire paper twice now. Okay, has gone from 1 to 60 and again 60 to 1. Twice you have read the question paper. In this, right, for this time, maybe first 10 questions you are going one after the other immediately, just like you are reading a newspaper. It won't take more than 15 minutes or 20 minutes for you. But you are ensuring 10 or 12 marks in your pocket. Let them be 1 mark questions or 2 mark questions. Okay, right? Let them be numerical answer type or whatever it is. Right now, second time, what are you doing? You are attempting problems, okay, right, which require more time. You know the formula, you have to substitute in the formula, solve it and get the answer, or you have to evaluate some integral, or you have to find out solution to a differential equation. Whatever it is, such questions will be there. Attempt such questions which you know. Okay, which you know in second attempt. Again from first onwards, again keep going through. Now you start exploring which questions you have vague idea. Okay, by this time, say it's 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Okay, you have attempted near out of 60 questions, some 30 or 35 questions only, say. Now there are still 20-25 questions, out of which 15 or 20 questions, you have no idea at all. Leave those questions. They are not our cup of tea. Okay, some questions you vaguely remember, you know some idea, you have some idea about the formula vaguely, or you are not sure whether that formula is correct or this formula is correct. Now start attempting those questions, okay, because you have no other thing to do. Time is left out. Okay, you have ensured all questions you know thoroughly. They are in your pocket without any, with peace of mind and with freshness of mind. Okay, all the questions you know, all the marks you can score in the JAM paper confidently, they are already in your pocket. Remaining thing is you are exploring to get 1 mark extra, 2 marks, 3 marks, etc. Because at around 50 to 55, and 1 mark will boost up your rank by 20-30 ranks. Okay, right? Try to score 1 mark more or 1 mark more, but don't attempt negative marking questions. Okay. As far as negative marking questions are concerned, okay, you can take a slightly calculated risk. Okay, suppose say one MSQ or one MCQ is there, numerical answer type. If you don't know the answer, we cannot do anything. Forget about it. Okay, right? You have to solve and put it there. You don't know, you don't understand which format to use. Forget about it. Okay, don't waste your time in thinking also, unless you have extra time. Okay, right? Now come to MCQ or MSQ. Right, out of say MCQ, four options are given, A, B, C, D. Question is known. You don't know the right answer, but you are very confident that one option is not correct. Okay, means it cannot be C. That's all. Means answer can be either A or B or D. Means you have eliminated 1/4 chances. Okay, you have eliminated 1/4 of the answers. Out of 3 answers, right? Which one is correct, you don't know. Then you can take some risk. Okay, if you can eliminate 2 out of 4, it's well and good. You have to definitely put that question. Okay, B is not the correct option. C is not the correct option. Correct answer must be between A and D only. Blindly you go forward and put either A or D without knowing anything. You can take that much risk, and you have to take in the exam also. Some risk should be taken. Okay. Right? And if you don't know any of the 4 options, you don't know anything about, don't attempt that. Don't depend on your luck. Luck will not favor. Okay. Right? It is impossible. It is impossible to score. Most of the students spoil their ranking just because of negative marking only. Okay. So if you can eliminate even one option, you are very confident that C is not the correct option. C cannot be the answer. Answer should be only between A, B and D. Only among A, B and D, then you can take some calculated risk. You think twice, some 10-15 seconds, go for any one, because chances of going wrong is 1/3. Okay, chances of getting correct is 1/3. Out of 3, you are putting 1. Okay, remaining 2. Chances of going wrong is 1/3. Negative mark is also 1/3. Okay, like that, suppose say there are 3 questions, okay, which you could eliminate one option, and there are 3 more out of 3 you are selecting blindly, and you have put 3 questions like that. So probability of getting one thing right is 1. So you'll get 1 mark, and for remaining 2 will go wrong. That is -1/3, -1/3. At least you'll get 1/3 positive mark. Okay, let me 2 marks question also. You have attempted 3 such 2 marks questions. Probability says that 1 can be right, means you will get 2 marks, and 2 will go wrong. That is -2/3, -2/3. Total -4/3. 2 - 4/3, 2/3 marks you will get extra. Okay, if you can eliminate 2 options out of 4, right, and only you are selecting between A and D only, without any thinking, just go forward and put either A or D. Okay, nothing wrong. You have to take that much risk. But if you don't know any of the options, don't ever go to that. And one more thing, in ranks, say I got 50 marks in the exam paper. I attempted some 35 questions. Some are 2 marks questions, some are 1 mark questions. Suppose say I got 30, all 35 questions are correct. I got 50 marks, say, in the exam. Or you got 50 marks. You have attempted 35 questions. Some are 1 mark questions, some are 2 mark questions. Not even one question is wrong. You got 50 marks. I have attempted, right? Out of 60 questions, I have attempted some 45 questions. Okay. Out of which 40 are correct and 5 are wrong. Okay, Even I also got 50 marks. 50 marks. If I don't make what these 5 questions 5 marks wrong, right, I would have scored actually more than you, my rank would have been something. Okay, but ultimately because of my mistakes, my negative marking, though I have answered more questions correctly than you, right, I also got 50 marks. Okay, then who will be given higher rank? 2 students got same mark means who will be given higher rank? Whoever scores less negative marks will be given the highest rank. Okay, you may get 50, I may get 50, but I have attempted more number of questions than you correctly. You attempted only 35 questions, I attempted 50 questions correctly. Okay, but I made remaining 10 wrongly such that your mark and my mark are same, right? You will be given highest rank, right? And I will be given the least rank. So the rank among equals, right? The students with equal marks will be decided for a student who did less mistakes. Okay, whose negative markings are less, he will be put on higher grading. Okay, student who made more mistakes, even though both got same marks, his rank will be below. And at highest level, that may not matter much. Okay, the ranking will not be that difficult, but around 50 marks and 50 marks, from 200 to 300, the rank variation may be around 30, 40, 50 ranks also. That will spoil your chances of getting into an IIT which you desire to get into. Okay, so be extremely careful about negative marking. Only section A has got negative marking in it, but there are 30 questions in that, right? Be extremely careful. Once again, don't feel like attempting all questions. First 5, 10 questions you may not be knowing, but most of the students get into tension by the time they see that 5th question also is not known to them. They'll get into tension. Okay, they will try to attempt every question from there onwards. I have seen many students, by the time they went to 40, 45, 45th or 50th question only, time is over, the system will be shut off. Okay, when they look back at the last 55 to 60 questions, half of the questions, more than half of the questions are known to them. They could have scored easily 10 marks more. Okay, so this will affect your ranking and your seat also. You are performing the JAM also abruptly. So read all 60 questions first. Okay, attempt all the questions you know thoroughly first. So ensure that each question you know is well within your pocket. Okay, that's the first fundamental thing. Okay. Then go for the second rated questions where you have to solve or think more and put the answer. Then some 20 or 10 or 15 questions are not at all known to you. Be prepared to leave them or keep giving a thought. If you get a thought in that last minute, well and good, you can attempt. Okay. Otherwise, there is no one means even numerical answer type or MSq. Since there is no negative marking, you can attempt those questions later. Okay, not in the initial stages. In the first 1 hour or 1.5 hour, 50%, 1.5 hour, you should ensure that you know what all questions you know, have answered them thoroughly without confusion, without any hesitation. Okay, without any tension. Remaining 1.5 hour, you start deliberating. You can deliberate, no issue. Or after 2 hours, you can start deliberating. Okay. Now, the next is, what are the topics involved? And 7 topics are there in physics. Okay, the first topic is mathematical physics. Okay, first topic is mathematical physics. Okay, mathematical methods, that's the weightage of marks is around 10 to 12%. Okay, mechanics is covering around 18 to 20%. Okay, oscillations and waves and optics 10 to 12%. EM theory, sometimes only 14, 15 marks are coming, sometimes even 18, 20 marks are also coming. Okay, thermodynamics, sometimes some 12 marks questions are coming, and sometimes 15 marks, 14 marks questions are coming from thermodynamics. Okay, modern physics around 10 to 12 questions. SSP and electronics around 20%. Okay, right? So there is no, I cannot say as a teacher, I cannot say leave the topic, leave this topic. You have to be thorough, you have to study all topics. I told you wide extensive study, you should know, right, idea about the entire syllabus. Okay, but there are some specific topics in the last minute which you have to concentrate on. Okay, right? What are those topics means? It is like this. Okay, in mathematical methods, right, I'm talking about the topics which you have to revise very quickly and you have to ensure that you can attempt every question. That is matrices and determinants. Okay, first thing, any question from matrices, right, you should be able to attempt. And next one is algebra of complex numbers. Okay, why I am talking all these things means these things are useful for you in your MSc also. Okay, MSc also requires differential equations, first order, second order differential equations. Okay, matrices and complex numbers, right? Go through, revise them in these last 20 days, okay? Right? Ensure that you can attempt every question coming from that. And vector calculus, that is what you call Gauss divergence theorem, Green's theorem, Stokes theorem, their applications, because entire EM theory, right, keep on using these mathematics, okay? In quantum mechanics, you'll be using matrices, right? In EM theory, complex numbers are used very widely, okay? Right, like this. So these topics are important for your MSc Physics program also. So concentrate on these topics. Of course, you must have had an idea of remaining things, no doubt. But what I feel is, in the last minute, you should concentrate on vector calculus, that is Gauss theorem, Stokes theorem, Green's theorem. Okay, next one, for differential equations are very important. Okay, first order and second order differential equations. Without differential equations, there is no physics at all. And matrices and complex numbers. Okay, give more, what you call, prepare in the last minute on these topics, that revise and solve some trickish problems. All problems which appeared in the previous exams, go through them, solve them. Okay, ensure that you can attempt all questions from those topics. And in mechanics and general properties matter. Mechanics is very lengthy topic and very tricky topics also. Questions can go to any level, we don't know. Okay, in any exam from IIT-JEE to CSIR level, JRF level, right, mechanics questions can be sometimes very simple, okay, very conceptual, sometimes they'll be very complicated also. Complicated means sometimes very lengthy. Okay, so nobody can predict what type of question will come. So whatever it is, the important topics are, right, the central force motion and gravitation. Okay, definitely you can expect one question from central force motion and gravitation. Okay, because they are important from quantum mechanics point of view also once you join MSc. Okay, and what you call that moment of inertia. This is another important one in spectroscopy. Okay, in determining the structure of molecules, everything depends on moment of inertia only. So moment of inertia, calculations of moment of inertia, there is a what you call a disk is there, from that one ring has been cut out, what is the moment of inertia of the resultant structure, one cylinder is there, right, one cylindrical what you call hole has been made and that is revolving, what is its moment of inertia, like that questions will come. Calculating moments of inertia. Okay, rotational mechanics, so that is what is given here as, right, moments of inertia, product of inertia, parallel, perpendicular, principal moments and axis. Okay, right, and rotation, translation, right, fixed axis rotation, rigid body motion, these are all what you call very lengthy process, but concentrate on uniformly rotating frames, centrifugal and Coriolis forces. Centrifugal and Coriolis forces, these are important topics. And motion of equation of motion of the center of mass, calculating center of mass or finding out center of mass for various regular bodies and irregular bodies. Okay, next one, moment of inertia concept is very, very important. Okay, right, these are the topics which you should concentrate on in the last minute. Okay, right, next one, the next topic is oscillations and waves, right? Don't leave out simple harmonic motion and wave motion, standing waves, okay, traveling waves, transverse waves on a string, and waves, acoustic waves, sound waves, and Doppler effect. Okay, entire simple harmonic motion, right, free oscillations, damped and driven oscillations. Okay, all these are very, very important topics, very simple. Okay, no complicated questions can come, every question is important, and once you are thorough with waves, optics, interference and diffraction becomes easy. EM theory, electromagnetic waves will become easy. So don't leave any topic from simple harmonic motion. It is the simplest and the most important one. Nearly, right, around 12 to 14 marks are coming in every exam. 12 to 14 marks are coming from these waves and oscillations and optics. In optics, of course, I'm not sure. Some students will find geometrical optics as a little bit complicated. Yes, maybe. Okay, thick lens, thin lens, and lens combinations, etc., image formations, etc. If you are good in that, well, but right. But suppose you are not very confident of that. Better than that, better to concentrate on diffraction and interference and polarization, because in waves and oscillations, perpendicular superposition of two waves, we call it as Lissajous figure. Same thing, same whatever concept we study, Lissajous figures will be useful in polarization. Only thing is, here we will be talking about half wave plate and quarter wave plate, how to get 90 degrees out of phase, 180 degrees out of phase, etc. by using quarter wave plates and half wave plates. Okay, so once you are thorough with that Lissajous figures in waves and oscillations, in simpler motion, okay, polarization topic becomes very easy. So concentrate on diffraction, Concentrate on polarization. Questions cannot be highly complicated from these topics. Okay, right? Simpler motion, wave motion, that is transverse waves on strings. Okay, longitudinal waves, that is acoustic waves in air, Doppler effect. Okay, and simpler motion, that is free oscillations, damped and driven oscillations. Okay, don't leave out any topic from that. Just spend about 2 to 3 days, okay, on that. Go through previous, after just going through the entire theory, right? Try to attempt previous year questions. So, right, one wave is going like this, it gets partially reflected, partially transmitted. What is the equation of motion for the transmitted wave? What is the equation of motion for the reflected wave? Like that, questions will come. Sometimes you say visible light is incident on that, and sometimes you say an electromagnetic wave is incident on that. So, in which topic the question has come, you don't know. You can think that it is from EM theory, or it is from optics, or it is from waves and oscillations. So, these are very important. Okay, so oscillations and waves are very, very, very important from exam point of view. They are very simple also, easy to understand, easy to answer any question coming from that. So, right, try to go through oscillations and waves thoroughly. Don't leave any topic in oscillations and waves. In optics, depending on geometrical optics or physical optics, if you are good in both, well and good, it's nothing like that. That's really great. Even if you don't know about image formation, people study in 10+2 level only. If you are not confident about that, okay, you can leave that. Just go through. If a formula-based question comes, you should be able to answer everywhere. Like highly complicated, trickish question come, better leave it. Okay. Next one, electricity and magnetism. The weightage is around 15 to electricity and magnetism, right? 15 to 18%. And here, nobody can tell which topic is important in electricity magnetism. I cannot say that Coulomb's law is more important than Ampere's law, or Ampere's law more important than Faraday's law. Okay, right? Magnetostatics. If you are confident in magnetostatics, concentrate on magnetostatics. Okay, if you are good at electrostatics, electric potential, electric fields, and Gauss theorem, that is Gauss law. Okay, be thorough with that. Right? If you are thorough in electromagnetic induction, electromagnetic waves, Poynting vectors, etc., go through them thoroughly. Okay, better to give what you call the entire electricity magnetism one revision. Okay, consider around 2 to 3 days for that. 7 topics, 20 days are there. For each topic, around 3 days time. Spend 3 days time on electricity and magnetism. Go through the entire syllabus once. Okay, right? Try to, and at the time of examination, definitely, right, you will recollect the right formula. I'm saying confidently, initially you may feel that you are not recollecting, but that will not be the case in the exam. Okay, you will definitely recollect what all you have read. Nothing goes waste. Okay, right? And here you can concentrate on what you call this again, that Maxwell's equations, plane electromagnetic waves, Poynting theorem, reflection, refraction at a dielectric surface. Okay, transmission, reflection coefficients. This also comes in wave motion only. Okay, for a transverse wave on a string, we'll be discussing same thing. Same thing is for an EM wave also. Same thing is for a light wave also. Okay, right? So that's why once you are thorough with oscillations and waves, right, many topics in physics become easy. Okay, if you are thorough in some mechanics topics, many topics in quantum mechanics becomes easy. Okay, like that. Next one, kinetic theory and thermodynamics. Thermodynamics about 12%, 12 to 14% weightage is coming. Entire topic is very easy. Don't leave even a single topic. All topics are extremely useful. So thermodynamics, devote full 3 days time to thermodynamics. As many hours of study you can put, you put. Okay, don't leave even a single question in thermodynamics. After reading thermodynamics for 2 days, go through previous year's papers. Okay, try to attempt. Okay, next one. In modern physics, again, modern physics also around 10 to 12% weightage is coming. Okay, right, around 6 marks to 9 marks questions will come to you, right, in the exam paper. All are easy topics only. Interesting. They'll be extremely useful for your MSc physics also. See, geometrical optics, image formation, etc. You may not study in MSc. Okay, right? But in the entire quantum mechanics, Schrodinger equation, particle 1D box, 2D box, 3D box is extremely important. Okay, you have to study again that in your MSc physics also. De Broglie concept, uncertainty principle, everywhere in quantum mechanics, modern physics, we have to keep on applying these topics. Okay, so right, don't leave out any topic in modern physics. And solid state physics, devices and electronics, okay, about 20% weightage is coming here. Crystal structure is important, extreme, and most importantly, as IISc is conducting exam, okay, be thorough with crystal structure, Bravais lattices and X-ray diffraction. Okay, more weightage will be there. You can expect more questions from these topics. crystal structure, right? Bravais lattices and X-ray diffraction. Don't leave a single topic from this. Okay. Right? And in electronics, digital electronics is the simplest one and very scoring. Op amps, operational amplifiers, inverting, non-inversion, inverting and non-inverting amplifiers are extremely easy. Okay, go through that. Op amps is one important question where you can attempt very easily and score marks. Digital electronics, don't leave that. Gates, Boolean algebra, etc. are very simple topics only, very easily scoring. Don't leave any topics in that. And regarding that transistor circuit analysis, it is a ocean. Okay, electronic device, transistor is an ocean, diode is an ocean, okay, FET is an ocean, like that. Of course, FET is not there in the syllabus, but you depends, right? At least CBC, ECC configurations, what are the significance? What is Barkhausen criterion? How to get sustained oscillations? Some preliminary concepts at least you should know. Okay, what are the characteristics of three types of configurations? What are xenodiode applications? What type of circuits, right? As a regulator you can use. Okay, what are clipping clamping circuits in diodes? Okay, right? Some important topics. Choosy, very choosy in electronics because it's a vast subject. People study electronics and communication. People study for 4 years. Isn't it? Everything depends on transistors and communication. Okay, here we are talking about, so concentrate on some aspects. If you are already good with electronics, well and good. Those who are not having much exposure towards electronics, concentrate on very few topics. Okay, there's a simple list of comparison between CBC, ECC configurations. Okay, so right, these are some of the topics which have to give selective intensive study. Okay, and I'll also be doing my contribution for you. Okay, there are some topics like these statistics. In statistical mechanics, Maxwell-Boltzmann, Fermi-Dirac, Bose-Einstein distributions. Okay, it's a chart, it's a comparison chart. I'll give you that chart. Okay, and there are ensembles, ideas of ensembles. Again, ensembles and their properties, and three types of ensembles are there. Okay, canonical, grand canonical, and microcanonical ensembles. What are the differences? What are the salient features? What are their properties? I'll give you. Okay, right, and some like this subject specific. What is displacement current? Maxwell's equations and displacement current. Okay, like this, subject specific, topic specific, right? Video lectures I'll be delivering. At least you can expect 20, minimum number of 20 videos. Okay, 20 different topics. Okay, relativity means I will not concentrate on what are inertial frames, how an inertial frame has come, how a non-inertial frame has come, like that. Sequentially, I may not go just before the exam. From exam point of view, okay, what type of questions you can expect from relativity? What type of questions you can expect from statistical mechanics? Okay, right? What are the three, statistics? What are essential differences, right? Where are they applicable? What is their importance, etc. Similarly, ensembles. How many are there? What are they? What are their properties? What are their applications? Why they are important? Like this, I'll approach to CBC, ECC configurations. What are the differences between CBC and what are the characteristics of CBC, ECC configurations? Where do we apply different configurations? Like that. Okay. Right, topic specific videos I'll be making from tomorrow onwards. So this is how the JAM exam paper. These 20 days, please don't get into tension. My sincere request is, right, some students may feel like getting a blackout. Okay, that is a very, very common phenomenon. Keep it in mind. It has to happen, and it has to happen because then your mind becomes free before the exam. You are very lucky. Okay, now you forget about that, what happened. Now start preparation, fresh mind from now itself. Okay, 20 days time is there, right? Don't try to learn a new thing now. You don't know Green's theorem now. Don't go through Green's theorem and try to understand. Forget about it. Leave it. Okay. What did not happen till now will not happen just before the exam. Concentrate on what you know thoroughly. Selective, intensive study. Okay. Some specific topics. Give solid and very intense preparation on those topics. Just whether you are up to the level or not, don't go through last year question paper. Go through last 4 years question papers. Okay, last 4 years means from 2017, 16, 15, 14, like that. Okay, you can leave out 2020 and 2019 papers. Go through 2013, 14, 15, 16 papers. Okay, right, to get an idea whether you are up to the mark or not. So, right, I wish good luck to all the students. Okay, this 20 days is crucial, right? Feel free and don't get into tension, and don't think that you should attempt 100 out of 100. Okay, whatever will be scored, don't aim at the rank. Before the exam, don't think about the outcome. Okay, right? Think about what best you can do to the exam. Forget about the rank you will be getting, forget about the marks you will be getting. Okay, what best you can do in the exam, you think that way only. Okay, so that will reduce the tension. You will do whatever you can do, that's all. Okay, the scoring pattern depends on all India level. Okay, sometimes the paper may be easy. All students may get more than 30 marks, 40 marks like that. Sometimes the paper may be tough. And in my view, there is nothing like tough paper and an easy paper also. Except some questions which are very lengthy. If I know the answer, for me, the paper is easy. Okay, you don't know the answer, you say paper is difficult. So, how to decide whether paper is easy or not? It's a comparative one. If some lengthy questions come, some questions are there which no student in entire India could attempt, then we can say some questions, that such questions are more in number. So out of 60 questions, there are 10 questions which no student from all over India could answer, or only one student can answer that question. Those 10 questions means, then that paper is a tough paper. Okay, otherwise remaining 50 questions are easy only, no, isn't it? So like that. So there's nothing like tough and easy paper. You know or you don't know, that's all. Okay, right? So I wish you all good luck, and from my side, I'll do what all I can do. Okay, right? Thank you.